away the newly minted Big West Coach of the Year in just his first season taking over for the legendary Alan Knipe. It is Daniel Fabakovic getting us underway in this national quarterfinal and regional final, and it's Skylar Varga pushing it down for the first point.
And we talked about that matchup, and that's exactly what happened. Varga going against Shosha on the outside. Varga takes a little off and finds a little dink in the middle of the court.
Ben Braun with that jump float serve. Josh Schellinger, who had a good opening round match last night. Skylar Varga puts it out wide.
Still getting the rhythm down. Mistakes are going to happen. You don't see a lot from Skyflyer, but that one went a little long. He knows it, and he'll be back to rebound in this next one.
There's a little bit of rest versus rust here as Loyola Chicago had their match in a pretty fun 3-set match against St. Francis. 2 of the first 2 sets went to extra play. In fact, the first set went all the way to 30-28.
It was a marathon, so these guys on the Loyola side are not rested. 24 hours later, back on the court again. Long Beach is rested, like you said. Could make a difference.
Varga into the double block. Wojciech Gajek gets the kill high off the block, and it's down for Long Beach State.
And high it has to be, because look at the size of that block on Loyola's side. Watch it, he's scrambling on both sides of the net. You gotta go high.
Yeah, that's the adjustment from last night to tonight for Loyola Chicago. Oscar Berg Mikkelsen from Copenhagen, Denmark is starting tonight in the middle. And they go to Big Berg Mikkelsen. Misses, though, out of bounds. We may get our first challenge already tonight, and we do.
And you know what, Matt? If I told you that Mikkelsen was 7 foot, would you believe me?
Well, I don't know. I guess I would, yeah.
7 foot?
Yeah.
Guess what? He's 7'2".
Oh.
7'2". This is the biggest guy in the league, and probably the nation, definitely at the D1 level. There's a few 7-footers floating out there. One in SC, 6'11", Ben, Brawny in that 6'11", and we have Mikkelsen at 7'2". And he's coming off an injury. He hasn't played in for the last few weeks. I was talking with the coach beforehand. Look how high he's reaching this ball. And remember, this is going over Jackson Christ, who's at 6'11", so, or 6'10", so this is a battle of the giants in the middle.
We're trying to see if this is in or out. Also could be a touch at the net, but because, as you said, 7'2" Berg Mikkelsen is hitting, probably not going to get much of a touch as he's going over the top of the block. So just trying to see if it catches that end line way on the left side of your screen.
It was a difficult view. It looks like it went long.
Oh, they do call a touch here off of Long Beach State. Sid Church making the call. So he got an angle where he was able to see some fingertip movement.
Wow.
Alexander Shosha to serve. Skylar Varga able to respond.
And Varga seeing Mikkelsen at 7'2", and then seeing on the outside Schellinger, and he went over Schellinger, wouldn't you? It's a big of a height difference. Goes over him down, slightly down the line into the middle area.
From the back row is Shosha, and he's able to provide his firepower for Loyola Chicago.
Shosha picking up exactly what he was mastering last night, high off the hands, and this time it just got the outside of Connor's left hand.
Second team All-MIVA selection a year ago. 15 kills on 25 swings last night. He hit 480. Speaking of efficiency, Skylar Varga already with his 3rd kill in this match.
Now, did you see what that offense, so the middle went up, And then Wojciech was out there holding the outside, and Vargas sneaks in between the Bick and the outside for a little dink in the spot that no one was standing. It's hit it where they're not, right? Simple volleyball. Hit it where they're not.
Jackson Chris, what a stage for this true freshman to be on for Long Beach State. Connor Bloom getting starts now due to some injuries that this team has had to work through throughout the season, and he is able to contribute on that triple block of Long Beach State.
Did you notice both sides in the net, people are taking shots? Like that one was a shot that didn't succeed. On Connor's side of the net, he did a shot because the block is so big on both sides.
Solid blocking teams in tonight's matchup, as that is out of bounds long in the serve from Jackson Chris. But to your point, Andreas, 2.2 blocks per set, the average for Loyola Chicago, top 20 in the country. Second in the country are the Beach at 2.7 blocks per set this season.
Let's see what the big man has for a serve. He does a jump floaty and sails that one long. Somewhat expected at someone that height is just to do a jump floaty. I don't think he'll be doing much more than that, but they'll pull him out obviously for the back row and realign.
How good was J.J. Sawa last night, the libero for Loyola Chicago, who just stepped back in to the back row as that is into the net from Wojciech Gajek. Gajek, by the way, the reigning AVCA player of the week, thanks to his great performance for Long Beach State, where they won the Big West Championship in the tournament last weekend.
Well deserved, and it's been a while since Long Beach State actually took that titleship for the week.
And here comes Gajek, right on cue.
Just where he left off, you'd think this is a replay from the Hawaii match. They set him all over the court, and especially on the oppo side, he's just a machine over there, isn't he? He's the go-to guy, Gajek.
Hasn't been able to play every match this season, has dealt with his own injury troubles, but has looked as good as ever down the stretch here this season. The true freshman is Gajek as he watches one fall in front of him from Aiden Klein in the middle.
Looked like a little bit of a slight mishit almost. I mean, I know he wanted to turn it. Maybe it wasn't intentional. If it was beautiful. But he just sliced it off his hand there and found a little corner.
6'9" is the middle blocker, Klein, for the Ramblers. Good pass, and it's Braun. Gets picked up by McElligott. Into the block, powering it through Alexander Shosha.
And you spoke about Klein, so that last play there, he soft blocked, and I can't emphasize how effective that is. If you are just the entire night just soft blocking only for your team, you're doing your job and some. And by the way, Klein, 6'9", he's just playing every inch of it in the middle there. Look how high he's reaching.
Well, this time unable to get the block up on Skylar Varga, who rises so quickly.
And there's really not much Klein could do. Look how fast that set is. Klein is scrambling. He's doing a side shuffle to get out there, and the fast speed of that set, too quick for Klein to get out there and get a hand on it.
Schellinger, he knows some fast offense as well. The UC San Diego transfer delivers.
Almost a sort of my turn now, and Loyola gives it exactly back what Beach did the play before. A quick set outside to beat the block.
Here's Klein to serve. He had 4 kills on 5 errorless swings last night. Chris misses long on that swing. We may get our first challenge from Long Beach State.
Looks like Coach McCray is, I didn't see him hold the challenge symbol up yet. No, he backed away. He was just asking. But that tied the game right there.
So they decide not to challenge. Trying to retain full use of those 3 challenges you have for the match, as that is long out of bounds on the serve. That little pause kind of worked out like a timeout there to ice the server.
Sometimes the ball doesn't lie, and it just sailed a little bit long. But Klein so far having a great game.
Still that feeling out process, as there always is in the first set for 2 of the top teams in the country. That one is off the block and down. There's one of the top pin hitters in the country. Once again, Alexander Shosha.
The Shosha show, hitting down the line, cross. He's the man of so much variety out there, and you're going to see everything tonight from him as the matches progress.
Gayak on the left side in this rotation, delivers for Long Beach State.
So Gayak's threat, as you watch tonight and the rest of these matches, watch his whip. He's got this snap, and he sees the block and gets it just quick enough through these arms, and once again succeeds through the block.
Good swing once again, Josh Schellinger.
Schellinger with another hit, and credit to Mickelson, the big 7-2, holding the Long Beach middle for a split second so he can get 1.5 blockers on Long Beach on that block, and it worked. That's all he needs from the outside, Schellinger.
It's Connor Bloom down the line. Oh, that's kept in play, and a block and roof, incredible from Loyola Chicago.
You know, Gayak had to go for that. I mean, anytime you have a scramble and it pops over the net, you got to go over it on one. But look at Loyola just waiting there and piking over the net. Just a giant East German wall.
Good serve from Schellinger. Free ball opportunity for the Ramblers. And that's down, Schellinger again.
Schellinger is unstoppable. Front at the net, back row on the serve. Look what he's doing. He is on fuego, and he's back to serve again, taking them to a 13-11 lead.
6'5" grad student, returned to his home state in Illinois to play for Loyola Chicago. Connor Bloom able to get the side out for Long Beach State.
And who was back there to lift that ball again?
Yes.
Schellinger, once again. He's the man of, he does everything on the court. Serving, blocking, hitting, and he lifted that ball with one hand, got it up for his teammates, and just couldn't quite trickle it over the net, but he's playing everywhere around the court just so perfectly. That was a heater.
Good pop-up just to keep it in play for Sawa, the libero, but it leads to a triple block and a roof for Long Beach State.
Triple block it was, and that whole play started from Iron Wrist Chris putting a heater for a serve, sending Sawa back and making the setter off the 10-foot line, getting 3 blockers up. It starts from the serve.
The local kid to Long Beach is Chris.
Another heater.
Watches that one go by him because that was a good swing from Daniel Fabakovic.
It was a good swing, and Jackson Christ, after that serve, stands over in the spot to dig. That ball just had so much speed. The big man just couldn't get his arms around to get that up.
Lucas Anderson now in to serve for the Ramblers. Out of system is Long Beach State, somehow able to get it down, Connor Bloom.
Captain Connor Bloom hitting that ball from the 10-foot line, finds maybe 7 or 8 inches on the court that wasn't covered by Loyola, and he hits it like a laser point. Look at that. What a hit.
Bloom was Big West Offensive Player of the Week going into last week, thanks to his performance on senior night in the final regular season matches, as Wojciech Gayak, the opposite of a senior, a true freshman, doing that. And of course, Shane Davis at the helm of Loyola Chicago. That goes into the net. Give the point. Well, actually, it's nobody, because that was a timeout on the floor. Nobody actually taking that timeout.
Should we give the point to Coach Davis?
We could. Might as well.
I mean, it's strategic. It was a well done. It's well done.
Outside it goes, and it's Bloom into the block, and he's able to wipe it out of bounds.
A smart swipe. It was fast and tight. The block was already established and building their foundation, and Captain Connor said, I only have one option. I'm just going to swipe and push it out to the antenna. Wise choice.
There's that assimilated clap from Connor Bloom. That is out of bounds. Bloom has been a serving specialist most of his career at Long Beach State, so serving is one of his strengths, but unable to get on a run there. And now it's Fabakovic. Joust, and it's won by Schellinger for Loyola Chicago.
That was an even joust, and Schellinger just had a little bit more on it. And remember, Jake Pizzanti is one-handing, coming over his back shoulder. Maybe he has injuries as well. And it was just a muscle match up there.
Good pass that time from Larson, and it's Gayak from the back row flying in for the kill.
A real high, hard hit again. I know I sound like a broken record, always saying high, hard hit, high, hard hit. But it is. What else can you say? The block looks good. Schellinger's up high piking, and he just puts it right over the field goal.
All tied at 17. It's a lot like what we saw last night between the Ramblers and the Red Flash of St. Francis. It was a lot of offense in that match. Both teams hit 500 apiece in that first set alone. And really just good offense throughout.
Yeah, it is. 500 Long Beach, Chicago, and I see Long Beach at 375 now. But that's changing every second. There's Schellinger again. He's the go-to guy.
So Josh Schellinger already with 5 kills on 6 airless swings. He's hitting .833. That's not a bad start for his night.
And Shosha is our player to watch tonight, and things could change, but right now, is it too late to switch? Make it Schellinger?
Well, Jake Reed is in to serve for Loyola Chicago. Gets that up.
What?
Good dig down the line by Reed. And Loyola Chicago's able to deliver on the other side with Shosha.
Did you see that one-handed lip by Reed? That was amazing. From Newport Beach, right down the road, he's in his home and feels it and lifts that ball up so perfectly.
Was able to get a dig in last night's match as well. In the similar role, Larson has to pick that up. That somehow was kept in. Varga. Off the block. Doesn't matter where it landed. It's point Long Beach State.
Found a little window down the line, right over, inches. And what a high-class hit that was. Very smart to see that little corner in the 90-degree, and he landed it right there.
Back and forth we go. A start that, well, that's all we could ask for. All tied up going into the red zone. Who gets there first? Who touched the net first? It's Schellinger. So Long Beach State will take the natural point.
He was trying to, rightfully I might say, he was trying to swipe off of Gayak's arm. It's a smart play, but Gayak was reaching straight over and tried and true and not reaching out. So it's a really disciplined block, and he did not get swiped.
Good swing from the back row, but it's picked up by Long Beach State, and off the triple block goes Gayak.
So think of the athlete that Gayak to be able to do what he just did. The Kellinator puts it on
Chicago, and then Alexander Shosha, who we've been mentioning a lot already. He's a junior, he's an upperclassman. So there is that little bit of youth versus experience. Of course now, with Connor Bloom in the starting lineup for Long Beach State, he is one of the seniors this year for Long Beach State, as that is off the block and out of bounds, and Loyola Chicago with an important side out.
A high pass on the net, and McKelligot is a 6'5" setter, so he's got some height there, and he puts it high for the big man Mickelson to swing and cheese it, just chip it off the block, and that one goes long.
Misserve there. That is the 4th service error. Also 4 on the other side for Long Beach State. Skylar Varga to serve. Good serve, drives Loyola Chicago all the way back, and it's an opportunity for the Beach. Pushed down, it is touched by the Ramblers, and the Beach will take that one.
That was a tight play. Gayak had really so we talked about him as the player of the match, hitting .429, and Schellinger at .571%. It's a good looking stats for both those guys on the Loyola side.
And they're gonna have to deliver here with an important serve receive. What a serve by Skylar Varga. Was there a touch? And there was one called. So Loyola Chicago will gain that side out.
You know, they just switched the score on the marquee up there, so that was an incorrect score they had shown to the pyramid here. 23-21, it's corrected.
Connor Bloom now puts Long Beach State to set point.
That play was so advanced because you had the middle and a little stair step right after him. Holding the middle blocker, not sure who he goes to the middle or the outside. Such an advanced play by the Beach.
Jackson Christ to serve. It's actually been top 20 in the country in service aces per set. And that is one of the reasons why Christ with the ace to take the first set for Long Beach State. They're up in this match 1-0 as they will look to go to set number 2 again.
Different aces, and that's the difference.
Connor Bloom gets us underway in set 2. Varga pushing it through the triple block and down.
He like defied gravity for a second. He almost did like an air push-up and just puts it right through the big man, 7'2", and he was already hanging in the middle of the air there. Skylar sees the court so well.
Schellinger off the triple block and out of bounds.
That was just an explosion, bang, go for the moon, and the blockers doing whatever they can to just hit the wrong part of the arm for Long Beach and hit the right part for Schellinger, chalking up another kill for him.
That is kill number 7 already for Josh Schellinger on 10 swings. He's hitting 600. Gayak gets blocked and roofed.
Real difficult for big, brawny Ben, as big as he is, to come down into a digging position. All that giant frame of his just trying to scoop it up, just got outside of his reach.
But the response to go right back to Ben Braun for the kill.
What a matchup. I love this. I've been waiting for this matchup between these two, the two giants, and big brawny Ben puts it right past Mickelson.
Shosha off the block and out. Alexander Shosha has also showed up tonight.
What an epic set by who? Sawa, the libero, puts a beautiful saucy ball right in the outside, right on the money for the D hit, and Shosha just buries it.
Oh, what a shot.
My gosh.
Hard angle, Skylar Varga.
What's that? He put a molten tattoo right on Fabrikovic's chest, but great digging. I mean, kudos for him being in the right spot for that blister of a hit.
Pizzanti to serve. Shosha responds.
This is a one-on-one match here between Skylar and Shosha, back and forth through the net. Now, Shosha didn't have a great launch pad, but he still was able to adjust in the air and get it in between the scene of Jackson and Voyat. Guy, I think it was Guyek out there.
That serve goes out of bounds wide, so we're all tied at 4 apiece as Skylar Varga, number 4 on Long Beach State, will go back to serve. Varga, top 12 in the country in aces per set this season. Looking for an ace there. He got it.
My gosh. Thumb down slicer. I think he cut his hand. He sliced it so thin and so sharp and put that ball even. McElligott couldn't even get out of the, look at him, he's ducking to get out of the way. Thought it was going out and it landed in. It was insane.
Varga has been serving better than he did last year, and that is saying something. Bloom. Schellinger gets popped up, kept in play. And Bloom finds the floor.
So Varga on the back line sticks his arm out like he's directing traffic and pops the ball up. He didn't know if that was going out. It was a late pop up there. Look at this set, and Captain Connor over the big man and lands it in the deep corner. What a play.
Chase down. Vargas just leaped over the sideline seats, and now he has to try and dive for that soft shot, but it goes the way of the Ramblers.
And the big man in the middle, Aiden Klein, takes a little off. He doesn't have to hit. He just finds a spot and puts it down. He's the big man. By the way, his name is Klein. You know what Klein translates in German?
What?
Small. They had to change his name. He's 6'9". They had to change it to, well, in German it's Gross. He should be called Gross, not Klein. He's far from Klein. He's way up there, 6'9".
Favakovic. Good serve, perfect pass, and it is Jackson Christ in the middle for Long Beach State.
Speaking of big men in the front, in the middle, Iron Wrist Chris turns and doing what he does best, turning his wrist in extreme angles and finding some floor right past Klein.
Christ goes back to serve now. Son of Jeff Christ, who used to play for Long Beach State, two-time MPSF honorable mention was his dad, but he is making his own name, his second ace of the night.
How do you possibly, in all human possibility, how do you pass that ball? Even if you're standing there, how do you pass that? That was a blistering serve. It showed on the meter 69 miles an hour. I think it was more now. I don't know if that meter's working right. The speedometer.
Blast that one, and back-to-back aces for Chris.
Took a little off.
Favakovic gives him a little taste of a hard hit.
And who was there to pass, to lip that ball? Jackson Christ. After the serves at the double aces, he puts the ball up. Wasn't on the court to play, but he's in the right spot to dig. Does a little of everything.
Little pause to wipe the floor on Long Beach State side. And now we're good to go. Aiden Klein is back there for the Ramblers. Oh, caught Connor Bloom a little high on that serve. Gives Loyola Chicago an opportunity, but they were out of system a bit. Scramble play for Long Beach State. It goes the way of the Ramblers.
So that serve put it on, I believe, on Captain Connor's nearest throat, it looked like. It was a really high serve. Amazing serve by Aiden Klein. And then the swipe was equally as impressive. But look at Long Beach scrambling to try to pick it up with feet, arms, elbows. But really, really smart for Loyola to see that it was completely sealed and locked up on the block and swiped it and made a play and made a point of it.
8 kills now for Schellinger. He is leading everyone on the floor in that category. Also hitting .583 for the match so far as Klein Puts another good serve over. Better pass this time. And Ben Braun delivers.
Big, big brawny Ben coming back strong and high and hitting hard over Mickelson. Mickelson was a little bit late there. He's allowed to be late because he's 7'2" and he can almost stand and block. But again, the battle of the giants in the middle.
Wojciech Gajek gets an overpass. Connor Bloom through the block and down.
That point was deserved by the serving Gajek because he started with Loyola on their heels by putting so much heat on that, and it started from there out of system, and Long Beach was able to capitalize with Captain Connor putting it away.
The Polish native gets another overpass, and it ends up an ace.
This has been a few aces coming in. It's been a bit dry on the ace categories for Long
West selection, two-time All-American. We'll see if he is another All-American selection this season, but that won't come out till I think next week, as Varga has been a 2026 first-team All-Big West selection. Speaking of an All-Conference selection, there is Alexander Shosha.
Shosha once again delivering. He went over the slightly shorter blocker, Connor Bloom. You saw Ben Braun coming out there, and he rightfully cranked his wrist and went down the line. Smart.
That is a block and roof. Schellinger got all of that one.
Schellinger was so high and just hanging up there with the gravity, with his balloon-like hold up in the air and just waited for, looks like Gajek was coming a little bit late and hit it on the low point and just roofed him.
The pass by Varga leads to a middle set. But now Schellinger into the triple block. Bloom tips it, finds some open floor.
What else can you do? You have 7'2", Mickelson staring right at the net, and Connor had only one option. I'm just going to do a little dink right over it, and just before Shosha can get over to it. Right, that spot is so hard to hit if you really think about the geometry of volley between the blocker's height and where the back row is playing. Inches, that's it.
Good pass by Sao, puts Loyola Chicago into their shoot set offense, and Schellinger delivers.
And there's that play I was mentioning that Long Beach did earlier, that little stepstone with the middle, just a slight flare over the middle to the outside, holding the middle blocker with 1 foot and can't get out there quick enough. It's just a great fast offense.
That one's down for Skylar Varga, and he's able to tally another kill, his 8th of the match.
And Mickelson is doing a great job up there. I mean, he's putting up some giant arms. He's getting a lot of soft blocks, so he's doing his job. Sometimes there's only so much you can do, and that one just dribbled on the other side of the net for a point.
Varga picks it up, kept in play as Gajek through that Loyola Chicago block. Now the Ramblers with an opportunity. Fabakovic a couple of times. Gajek.
Oh, and we had a, I don't know if you saw that on camera, but we had McElligott flying into our ESPN table. You'll see it right here in a second. And our very own Matt Brown does his own little touch from his volleyball days, beautifully plays it on the court.
Kept in play by Ben Braun playing the back row. And that one is down a triple block for Loyola Chicago.
Hey, Matt, should we get you a Loyola jersey after that little tip there?
Well, they didn't win that point, so I guess not.
Our monitors were wiggling. It was like an earthquake here. The whole table was shaking. We're holding all our papers. Good thing is he's safe and he didn't get injured. What a pickup.
Opportunity now for the Ramblers. That's down for Shosha.
If you're watching this game or if you just tuned in, this is high-level volleyball on both sides of the court. Look at, no one's letting it drop. It's going back and forth. This is, look at the hit. Everyone's in the right position. High-class, first-rate, A-plus volleyball from both sides of the court.
Have to recall this serve here. Long Beach State was wiping the floor a little bit on their side. And that goes into the net. It was Lucas Anderson in for that serve.
Now, Lucas last night put up some really nice serves, 1 or 2 aces from memory, and he's a serving specialist, a local kid, and that one fell a little short, but he'll be back in.
Christ able to put that one down for Long Beach State.
That set was a little on the low side for a big 6'10" hitter, but it shows you the athleticism of Jackson Iron Wrist Chris. Watch him turn, how quickly he turns his wrist. Snap. Why he's not wearing a wrist brace with injuries, I still don't know how that's possible. He turns it in angles that are impossible.
That is out of bounds, no touch.
And Fabrikovic was trying for a little swipe, there wasn't much he can do. It was a fast, quick kind of play out to the outside. He didn't really get a good approach, and the block was standing there waiting for him. It was the best choice, it just didn't hit a Long Beach hand.
Here's Jake Pizzanti to serve. Overpass, actually a one-hand set, and a great connection for Loyola Chicago.
McElligott reaching way over, 6'5" with hops, saving what would have been an overpass on many other teams, saves that, and the middle is just right there ready to crush. Was that Klein on that? I was watching the setter. Klein was a great connection with the middle.
Back goes McElligott. That southpaw serve. Going to be an overreach on Loyola Chicago, violation. Coaching staff disagrees, but can't really challenge this. It's a judgment call by Sergio Gonzalez, our R1 tonight.
It shows the height that Shosha is elevating to, that he's able to actually connect on the ball that wasn't even on his side of the net. It was on the Long Beach side. That's how far he's reaching over.
That one is down for Josh Schellinger, flying in from the back row.
Starts from a great pass from Sawa. Klein does his part, brings up the middle for a micro inch. And who else? Schellinger finishes it off. That's a great 1-2-3. That's a system that Loyola wants to do all night.
So that serve goes into the net and brings Long Beach State into the red zone. They hit 21st here in this second set, as Jackson Christ goes back to serve, already with 3 service aces tonight. Looking for another, misses long there.
He's going for it. He has so much confidence. He's on top of the world with his serving. And he's, look, there's Nick McRae. Is he signaling for a challenge?
He is.
Okay.
So Nick McRae thinks that ball was in and would be that 4th service ace. Do you think, as a head coach, you just want that 4th ace for your player there?
He's unstoppable. He needs to get number 4. Now, also, well, you couldn't argue that it's a timeout to slow Loyola's down, because it's been Long Beach's momentum. So it's not that. I think he truly believed that's in. Let's see.
Oh, this is close.
Oh, boy. Well, see, there's the blur. I mean, for a moment there before it hit the ground, it looked in. But then if you follow the frame, it does look like it hits the black. What do you think?
Tough angle here. but gotta be enough to overturn. Said Church has made his decision.
Convincing. It's got to be convincing, right? Hear it?
And it was not convincing enough, so it stays Loyola Chicago point. But we do see what Nick McCray probably saw, how close that ball was.
Yes. And look, Nick is laughing with the under referee, which is Sid. Sid has been doing this for 45 years as a referee. You've got two of the best referees in the country doing this match, and they don't make mistakes.
That is a new server in for Loyola Chicago. That's Aiden Delorier, 6'3" true freshman. And what a spot to have your true freshman get some national tournament experience for head coach Shane Davis.
Very difficult to land a tough serve like that and coming in cold off the sidelines.
Speaking of true freshmen, there's a good serve from Wojciech Gajek again. Connor Bloom looking for a touch. He gets the call.
It was smart that Captain Connor didn't attack on the first overpass, yet he was poised, mature. There's the senior in him, and he decided to play it back instead of going for the first attack because he didn't like the block on the other side for Loyola.
I was looking over at Loyola Chicago's side to see if they wanted to challenge that, and they said no. Good swing, hard off the block. There is Berg Mikkelsen.
Mikkelsen up high, the set up high, swiping it, chiseling it high off a big brawny bend and putting it out of bounds. Just a good hit by Mikkelsen. Well done.
Good pickup by Sawa. Keeps it in play, and from the back row, it is Jake Reed. Net violation is called on the play. Either way, it's Loyola Chicago point.
Coming out with fire, Reed. Look at this. Broad jump, sees that corner, goes right at I think it's, Larson. And just so much power on that. Hard to pass that.
That's down for Connor Bloom. Bloom, by the way, has 9 kills to lead all beach members.
So smart. He's looking at the block. He's so smart. When he plays Connect 4, he can win in 3 moves.
There's the clap. Schellinger. As Andreas Koch shows his volleyball skills.
You know what? Even when I'm on the court, they'd probably call it a double. Welcome to my world. Landed right in my hand, and I spun. I think I popped it. I've never been a good setter.
I know you were a good blocker leading this Long Beach State program in blocks per set for a season. That one's down for Skylar Varga, and Long Beach State now at set point.
Hey, thanks for the compliment on the block, but I couldn't block that. 7'2", Mikkelsen couldn't block that. With a hit like that in the deep corner in area 1 on the 90-degree corner, an epic spot placement.
Dane Hillis is in to serve, set point. And a good serve gets Loyola Chicago a little bit out of system.
What?
It does not matter to Alexander Shosha.
What a kill! That ball had so much velocity on it. It was an absolute torpedo. Watch how hard this ball is hit. Even in slow motion, it was a blur. And he puts it down with authority, and he's going to get set more. He's not finished. He doesn't care if it's point game.
Shosha with his 9th kill of the match. Gajek gets blocked and roofed. The adjustment to keep Jake Reed to rotate into the front row pays off.
Gets a massive block when you need it. Look at that. Piking over, arms spread out like a helicopter, and that's a true experienced blocker up there as a junior from Newport Beach.
Gajek, one blocker up. Dug back over the net, an opportunity for the beach. And another block for Loyola Chicago.
That set was a little on the low side. I don't know if Connor was coming a little bit too late or if Jake just set a little low, Gonna do. And let's see what kind of offense they have, and let's see what Loyola does on the blocking side.
Outside, it's Varga. He's able to put it into the middle of the court, and that'll do it for the second.
Into this NCAA tournament.
We are underway in set number 3. Loyola Chicago absolutely needs this set to extend it to a 4th, as that is down for Josh Schellinger. A good start for the Ramblers.
Schellinger once again, the block was up. It was built like a steel wall, and he sliced it parallel with the net and puts it in the only spot he has able to get to, and that's in area 4.
Ben Braun will go back to serve now as Long Beach State's able to get the side out. They're looking to sweep Loyola Chicago here. Not an easy task to do. And Josh Schellinger showing why.
He's unstoppable. I mean, he is really in the zone tonight. And you know what? McElligott knows it, and that's why they keep going to him, because he's a guarantee side out or point every single time.
That is out of bounds. Just missed it. Did Aiden Klein.
And you know what? Klein has got a powerful serve back there. Normally middle blockers, well, with the exception of Jackson Chris, normally middle blockers are jump floaters, just keep it in, but he's putting some heat on these serves, Klein.
Right side back row, Shosha gets dug up. Free ball opportunity for the Ramblers. How about Jake Reed? Getting the start in this 3rd set has been a major adjustment for Loyola Chicago in this match.
Reed has been doing fantastic back there. He's blocking, he's hitting. He looks comfortable. Remember, like you said, he came off the sidelines, off the bench, and he's not missing a beat.
Well, this is a starter from the last couple of seasons in Jake Reed. He's averaged well over 1.5% in his first 2 years with the Ramblers. Just has settled into more of being a role player off the bench this season, and has provided a bit of a spark, a bit of stability for Loyola Chicago as we enter this 3rd set. It is now 3-3 with Skylar Varga going back to serve for the Beach.
And going back to Jack Reed, he's a junior, so he'll be back next year, and he's also a 2025 academic All-MIVA. So he's a smart man on the court, and it's showing.
Shosha from the back row, making it look like he's in the front.
All he needs is one blocker up, and it's almost guaranteed down. And I have to give credit to the big man, Mickelson, to bring up Jackson Christ for a split second to allow that one-on-one on the outside.
Good pass by Larson, and it is Skylar Varga flying in from the back row for the kill.
For all you club players, you high schoolers, teenagers out there watching this, look where he's launching. Look at his launch pad. It's not a Bic, it's not out of the D, it's in between, and look at the synchronicity between he and Jake Pizzanti and how they connect there. That's something all you guys out there playing, try to aspire to get that kind of hit.
Bloom looking to go line, and he's able to fit it in.
Bloom, if he was playing pool, that would be black ball in the corner pocket. He just finds out, look at that. It's a little maybe 1.5 feet in the corner, and he finds it every single time. He's that consistent. It's a pool shark.
Good serve from Chris, but a better pass. And it sets up Shosha from the back row again.
A 72-mile-an-hour serve into a pass from Sawa, which was a nail, and McElligott setting a perfect back over his shoulder, and who finishes it? Shosha again.
Shosha able to get to double digits in kills. Look out, it is Wojciech Gajek.
Again, doing the coaching technician here. So that was a similar play to what Varga did earlier, except this one wasn't at the 10-foot line. This was up at the net, but the same location, right in between the middle and the outside, that little window that's only open for about 1/10 of a second. Wow.
Shosha again, this time unable to get it over the net.
Good volleyball on both sides of the net. Sawa, the libero for Loyola, just playing so soundly back there and putting every single ball on the money and making McElligot's setting and his job easy tonight.
Yeah, Sawa grew up in Southern California, where he described the West Coast style as more focused on ball control and being crafty, but he has said that he has enjoyed the Midwest play. He just says the Midwest has big guys with big arms that let it rip, and he loves to compete against it and has had a great career as the libero, the one in white on the right side of your screen for Loyola Chicago. McElligott, the setter, with the serve. Recycle for Long Beach State. It's Bloom again, and he's able to deliver.
You know, you were talking about Sawa and how great he's playing back there. I'm watching them very closely. Their reactionary time and their speed and quickness. Kellen Larson and Sawa have a very similar game in height and size and quickness, speed. They're very similar to one another. When you watch the rest of this game, make that comparison for yourself.
It's Connor Bloom searching for an ace there. Instead, it is Shosha able to work it off the triple, blocking out.
Shosha came in fast for that hit. The set was higher, so he had to slam on the brakes with his feet and then do almost falling back, taking a hit, and he got a good deflection off the Long Beach block.
Shosha now with 12 kills on 20 swings, as Varga has to keep that in play, and now Shosha on the other end. Good pickup by Pizzanti. Scramble play, and it's a good rally. Kayak again. Was there a touch? There was a touch of the net, a net violation on Loyola Chicago. Doesn't matter where that ball flew, it's point Long Beach State.
Well, Kayak, that ball cleared the net, cleared the two blockers, but also cleared the court, but he got a little luck there with that net. That was a rocket with no signs of going down.
Varga two-hands it off the block and out of bounds.
The dirty old push shove. Not very sexy, but effective. And Loyola block looks solid. There's nothing they could really do on that. They're waiting for a big hit. And Skylar Vargas says, no, I'm going to take a little bit off and just shove it right down. Very effective play.
3-point lead for Long Beach State as they are looking to earn a sweep of Loyola Chicago and move on to the national semifinals, where they will play the winner of Hawaii and USC. That match going on right now as well on ESPN Plus. I'm sure you at home have us on two screens right now. As that is into the net from Ben Braun. And Loyola Chicago will bring in their serving specialist in Lucas Anderson.
So here he comes again. Last night he was putting some really powerful heaters up, a couple of aces. Let's see what he has tonight. Puts a nice heater.
Varga gets popped up. Triple block put up by Long Beach State. Recycle for Loyola Chicago, and it is right back to Schellinger.
Schellinger with another strong, hard angle again. But you know what? Credit goes to Reed, because Varga is doing these rainbow shots in the deep left corner, and Reed, I think, has got his number called, and he dug him twice there.
Varga, this time goes hard angle.
Is there a way we can put a speedometer on that hit? That was so fast. I mean, that was strong, hard angle. And who did he go to? Went right to Schellinger, who gave him the same thing the time before. And they're both waving through the net, giving a thumbs up. Are you okay? Which is very sportsmanlike of Varga.
They have competed against each other for a while. Of course, Schellinger being in the Big West Conference, playing against Long Beach State every season. Throughout his career at UC San Diego, now at Loyola Chicago, as Chris is able to push it through that block and down.
And it looked like Loyola was expecting it to go outside, which Long Beach has been having success with Varga out there. Why wouldn't you? You know, the All-American player. And they snuck it really quickly over to Iron Wrist Crisp.
Jake Pizzanti, the 5-1 setter throughout this match so far. Long Beach State has gone to the double switch in recent matches, but they have trusted this lineup they put out there tonight. Shosha doesn't care about a double block all set up in front of him. He uses it and puts it out of bounds.
Just waited for the block, almost just sort of on its way down, and then he just played with gravity a little bit. See, kind of waited and just hit it right off. Looked like Jackson's left, almost shoulder. He hit it so high.
Good serve by Shosha. Better swing off the double block, Skylar Varga.
Skylar Varga went off of Mickelson's arm. Remember how high Mickelson's reaching. Watch this. Watch how high he's reaching. He just hit the inside of his left arm, put it out of bounds. Sometimes, like I said before, sometimes in volleyball, there's nothing you can do. The block is solid. The ball just hits the wrong part of your arm.
Varga just tied for the match lead in kills with 14, and he leads all Beach members in that category as Schellinger will go back to serve for Loyola Chicago, trying to get back to the semifinals, as they have been able to reach the National Collegiate Tournament last season for the first time since 2015. Remember, they were back-to-back national champions in 14 and 15, trying to do so again, and Berg Mikkelsen is helping them get there right now.
And it's an impressive history that Loyola has. 30th season, starting back in 1996, and AVCA ranked number 9 and RPI ranked number 6. So this team is the real deal, and they're not giving up.
Varga.
Unbelievable. He was almost going to...
Somehow kept in play. Shosha instead fires away.
That was a bullet by Shosha. And Varga, we talked about how he has so many tricks up his sleeve. He does a fake hit and sets not the outside, but tries to set Christ in the middle. Experienced D1 setters have problems doing that. And this is Varga setting that, or trying to set that ball. It didn't work out, but it was really close.
That is out of bounds. Schellinger looking for an ace there.
I wanted to mention how Kellen Larson's reaction time and his reflexes. I was talking to him earlier. He has this mechanism where you throw this item in the air and it has 4 different colors, and the player will call out a color while it's in the middle of the air, and he has to reach for that part of this baton that has the right color, and it works on his reaction time and his reflexes, and to keep his reflexes going and his alertness and his quickness.
That's down. Ryan McGilligan pays off to be left-handed on that instance.
And 6'5", and hops too, all at once. What a great setter. Look at this, up in the air. Looks like Ben Braun wasn't really expecting it. He thought it was going to go on the outside. That's the beauty, like you said, Matt, of having a lefty and be able to get up in the air really quick on an explosion.
For McGilligan, just his 31st kill of the season, as that goes into the net. It's some solid serves tonight. 2 aces for Gayak in this match. That is 35 on the season, looking for 36. Instead, it's an overpass. Bloom, no touch, and it is Loyola Chicago side out.
Why did he hit that out? Because Loyola put up a very fierce and firm and solid block. Like building a house. They had all the foundation, they had the roof, everything was set, and Connor really had nowhere to go but just try to sit him wide. Went too wide.
That is out of bounds. Tough serve from McElligott, but he wasn't able to find that sideline as Connor Bloom goes back there for Long Beach State. That is, by the way, the 14th service error of the match for the Ramblers, just 8 for Long Beach State. Reed, how big has Jake Reed been off the bench tonight?
Reed is just seeing the block so well. He's not going to beat you on hitting over, but he's going to beat you on getting it through you. And he just did it again.
3 kills on 6 errorless swings, and that is not even with a full set under his belt as he misses on that serve. Now Ben Braun will go back there for Long Beach State. Serving has been a big statistical advantage for Long Beach State throughout the season, but in tonight's matchup specifically. They have 6 aces as a team compared to none on Loyola Chicago's side. And of course, I just mentioned the service error difference for Long Beach State. They have the advantage there, but how about the blocking difference? Tonight, it has been Ramblers front row blocking more than Long Beach State.
It looks like Jackson Chris, he's wiping his face and his eyes. It looks like that ball got him right smack in the face. And you love to be 6'10", and you love to be able to get that far over, but sometimes you get a ball right in the face, you're jumping so high.
Dane Hillis is in, by the way, to try and better the passing, but nothing he could do there as Aiden Klein records the first ace of the match for the Ramblers.
He's typically a hard-hitting serve, and he just took a little off that one and had Dane scrambling. A lot of play off the tape, worked in his favor.
Now looks to go hard, but unable to breach the net.
And that's a nightmare for any passer, especially someone coming new off the bench, when you change it up that much. One of them is a little lollipop that just trickles on that, and the next one's a bomb. You keep them thinking. It was wise that Klein was doing that.
All tied at 18. Schellinger blocked and roofed.
That was a fast play outside. Schellinger didn't get a chance to get his launch pad out, and it was just a great seal by Gayak and Jackson Christ at the front.
19-18 Long Beach State. Loyola Chicago has been fighting throughout this match to try and keep pace, try to get that momentum. They've been able to stay within one, even have some leads in this third set. Much of this match they've been led offensively by Alexander Shosha.
Shosha, the player to watch. We called it. And if we were in Vegas right now, we'd be winning because we picked the right guy to bet on. And he's delivering. He knows that this is a do or die. They have to win this match. He's not letting anything off. He's putting his foot on the gas pedal. Remember, Loyola has won the national championship twice, like you mentioned before, and they want to make it a third national championship in 2026.
Switching to the other side, you see him in the huddle there, number 10 for Long Beach State. Hasn't been in lately, but in the front row, he has delivered, Connor Bloom.
Captain Connor, he is the Marvel hero that we've always talked about. He delivers when you need it. He's inspiring for the team. He's the first in the weight room and the last to leave practice. And he's a great role model for the team. The underclassmen that are coming up, Connor Bloom, and he's going to be coming back in again, and he will be putting some balls down.
Pizzanti to serve. Trying to get Long Beach State into the red zone here. And he does.
He gets an ace. Now remember, Pizzante was a true hard-hitting jump server. He's been battling some injuries. And in the last few games, I'm going to say last 2 weeks, I can't recall when his injury was really flaring up. He's been doing these jump floaties. Well, it worked in his favor. because he served the big man and got an ace out of it.
Pause on the floor right now. I think a little bit of blood is on the court or coming from a player. So we'll take a pause, and it has been something that has already happened in this tournament this season, as we saw one pause last night in the UCLA regional, where it was between a couple of great teams. That is now UC Irvine against UCLA in the quarterfinal, the regional final there. Remember, it's UCLA, UC Irvine, and Hawaii USC. The match is going on right now. Pepperdine and Ball State had a thriller of a 5-set match that Ball State was able to escape with the win and win their regional, and they will be moving on to the semifinal round. Berg Mickelson right back to it offensively and gets a big side out.
You can hear the scream from here after he put that ball down. Mickelson, he came off of a little injury on his face. I don't know if he said he drew some blood or whatever, and they go right to him. He's mad, and he wants to put the ball down. He did exactly that.
Shosha looking for it all there on that serve. And it is now a 2-point lead once again for Long Beach State. Connor Bloom will re-enter the front row with Skylar Varga going back to serve.
So Shosha's in the back row. They might set him the 10-foot, but Mickelson's in the front, and he is hitting well. Let's see who they go to. Well, that might have been long. I think they saved him.
Can't set either in this out-of-system play. Now they recycle, and it is Shosha. Picked up by Pizzanti. Kayak into the triple block. Bloom blocked back, somehow picked up by Pizzanti. Good rally here. Recycle opportunity for the Beach. Bloom tips it. Captain play. Christ, net violation on Loyola Chicago, and the Beach win a thriller of a rally.
That was a back and forth. Envelope and push it and try things, and you get to this greatness that you're seeing out here.
And it's also just great to see that the NCAA tournament has been expanded to 12 teams this season. Connor Bloom delivering there for Long Beach State.
Captain Connor puts it away. Mickelson was up high and over. I think Connor just slipped it through his elbow, and look at Mickelson, he's shaking his head. How did that ball get through? It's a great hit by Connor Bloom. Captain Connor.
The Beach 2 points away from advancing. Shosha unable to find the floor inbounds.
Shosha is human. He actually made an error. It's been Shosha's show all night, and he actually put one out. It's okay. He's hitting amazing, and there's a good chance this next set might go right back to him to redeem himself.
Match point. Quarterfinal point for Long Beach State. And Skylar Varga, the senior, able to deliver for the Beach